18 points in a season-high 26 minutes on Saturday. Averaging over 5 points and nearly 5 rebounds per game in 16 minutes per game on the court, he will continue to pursue of a master's in business management when he departs the program following this season. Our senior, number 0, Adelea Olakanye. Adelea is joined on the court by his athletic director, Tracy Lomano, his coaches, family, and friends. He's also being presented with a frame commemorating his time with the team, courtesy of CSI Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Adelea Olakanye. Our second senior joined the Dolphins during the 2022-2023 season and immediately made his presence felt in the Dolphins lineup after debuting with 8 points in 19 minutes in January of 2023. He then scored in 12 points of more than 6 straight games. He then missed some time due to injury before returning ahead of the conference playoffs. Against UDC in the program's first Division II postseason appearance, he scored 17 points and was a key part of CSI's comeback bid in that game. In his second season with the team this year, he started all 26 games and is averaging 9 points on 48% shooting. He has made a major impact in just over 1 season with the program and will be graduating this year with a degree in adolescent education with a focus on history. Our senior, number 1, Jordan McAllister. Jordan is joined on the court by his athletic director, Chase Nakata, his coaches, family, and friends. He's also receiving a frame commemorating his time with the team, courtesy of CSI Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our senior Jordan McAllister. Our third senior joined the Dolphins in the 2021-2022 season and made his debut in December of that season. After playing just 9 minutes in his first action of the season, he scored 4 points in extended action 3 days later in his second appearance as a Dolphin. Unfortunately, he would appear just 1 more game that season before being shut down due to injury. An injury that would also force him to miss the entire 2022-2023 season. Despite facing plenty of time away, he remained with the program every step of the way, working towards a return for the 2023-2024 season. This year, he has returned to appear in 7 games off the bench and will be graduating with a degree in business management following the season. Our senior, number 5, Justin Zurich. Justin is joined on the court by CSI Athletic Director Chase Nakata, his coaches, family, and friends. He is also being presented with a frame commemorating his time with the team, courtesy of CSI Athletics. Let's hear one more round of applause for our senior, Justin Zurich. Our final senior also joined the Dolphins in the the 2021-22 season and will undoubtedly go down as one of the best shooters in program history. He started every game, shot 40% from beyond the arc, and led the team in scoring nearly 15 points per game during his first year with the team, and was a big reason why the Dolphins qualified for the ECC postseason for the first time last year. After an injury impacted his shooting numbers during his second year of the program, he has posted the best shooting numbers of his career this season. The most efficient outside shooter in the conference, he has connected on 45% of his shot attempts and 44% of his three-pointers this season. He has also reached 1,000 points in his CSI career in just his third season with the team, placing him among the most prolific scorers in program history. He will be incredibly difficult to replace when he departs the program this year as he pursues a master in business management. Our senior, number 22, Bryce Molloy. In addition to being presented with a frame commemorating his time in the program, Bryce is also being presented with a basketball in honor of reaching 1,000 career points in his Dolphins career. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our senior Bryce Molloy. We want to appreciate the Lions and the officials for your patience. 5 minutes are being added to the clock. 5 minutes warm up before we start up our lineups. DJ Liz.
Dear football.
Dear gymnastics.
Dear swimming.
Dear rowing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being something that is more than just my sport.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to use our voices and take action.
You have brought me to a place outside of my comfort zone, gave me an opportunity to
Dear football.
Dear gymnastics.
Dear swimming.
Dear rowing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being something that is more than just my sport.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to use our voices and take action.
You have brought me to a place outside of my comfort zone, gave me an opportunity to live out my dream, and introduced me to my mentors, my role models, and most importantly, my family.
You have given me many ups and downs and have been a love of mine since I was a little kid.
You taught me to be relentless in the pursuit of excellence. It's never been easy, but it never was supposed to be.
For me, gym represents home. It is a place that doesn't care what I look like, can make mistakes, shed tears, but still feel secure.
Thank you for being my second home and guiding me in the right direction for pursuing then obtaining my degree, which made me the first grandchild in my family to graduate from college.
Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment.
You put a drive, a passion, a fire in me that can never be put out.
The passion comes from knowing how hard I work and train and how ready I am to perform to my best ability. that I'm mentally and physically ready to go out and have some fun.
Through the discomfort, failure, and pain comes victory, which after all, is only another lesson.
Through you, I've matured mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally.
And the lessons we've learned over the past 4 years will help us to be successful in the next stages of our lives.
I have accomplished things that I never knew would be possible in my life, and for that, I thank you.
I was the kid who would do surgery on my teddy bear and have my sister be my patient, and I would wear the stethoscope and the lab coat. I was that kid. Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Dr. Newth, who is the head of the biology department, definitely has had a huge impact over the past 2 years I've been in the lab. He took a chance on me and actually gives me the power to actually do things. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. I've had so many experiences with underprivileged people and just seeing that they want the basic things that people get out of life. And if I can help in any way, that just kind of warms my heart. That's why I want to be a doctor, to serve those who have been dealt a bad hand. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. It was just because I bought into myself, because someone bought into me. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents NCAA Division II men's basketball coverage live on the ECC network. In tonight's conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Molloy University Lions. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst, and you just viewed our 2024 Senior Night ceremony as the Dolphins recognized their team manager, Sean Whitlow, along with their four seniors, Adelaide Oyekanmi, Jordan McAllister, Bryce Waterman, and, of course, Justin Ziris. And we'll see if those 5 are in the starting lineup tonight. I'm taking a look over, or those 4, I should say. The team manager probably won't get in the game, Nick, but 4 of the 5 that were honored before the game are in the starting lineup. They are joined by Messiah Mallory.
Well, that's kind of what we were expecting, Joe. No surprise there.
Starting lineups are being introduced out on the floor, and we'll get you the Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center starting lineups momentarily, but this has been, very brief, McDonald's pregame show. We came on the air and decided not to do a full pregame tonight as we had an extensive Senior Day presentation ahead of our game this evening. Also, we weren't exactly sure if they were going to leave 5 minutes on the clock before we began our Senior Night presentation, or if they were going to put 5 minutes back on after our Senior Night presentation. So we ended up catching the end of the speech recognizing team manager Sean, as he's known as by his team, but a very nice gesture by the men's basketball program to recognize him. Tonight at halftime, we recognize all of our student athletes who have achieved a GPA of 3.5 or higher. All of our Dean's List honorees will be on the court tonight, and they will get a chance to have their name read aloud in front of a capacity crowd this evening at the Tank. That takes place at halftime during this men's basketball contest. Of course, CSI men's basketball in the playoffs. They need a win to clinch a first-round bye. They defeated Molloy in a close game earlier this season. They'll look to make it 2 for 2 against the Lions this evening.
Yeah, it's going to be what they want, which is to end the season, especially end it at home, on a strong note. So you mentioned Messiah Mallory, Jordan McAllister, Justin Ziris, Bryce Waterman, and Adelaide Oyakame, the starting five for the Dolphins.
We are set for tip-off here at the Tank. Messiah Mallory will jump for the Dolphins against 7-foot-tall Matt Lane for Molloy. Lane wins the tip, and the Lions will possess it first. Merchant, Lane, Mick Brown, Rob Matos, and Manu Alford, the starting lineup for the Molloy University Lions. Fadeaway jumper, and that's good to open the scoring for Bryce Merchant and the Lions.
Merchant starting strong.
Ziris running the point for the Dolphins to get things started tonight. He takes the handoff from Oyakanmi and sends it right back his way. Adelaide inside to Messiah Mallory, who lays it in for two.
Well, as we often say, Messiah starting the scoring for the Dolphins.
Brown into the corner. Matos steps back and sends one off the heel, rebounded by Lane. Merchant picks up his dribble and feeds it inside. Alford backing down, and that shot was blocked. Couldn't tell if it was Ziris or Mallory who got a piece. Here comes Ziris. He finds a cutting McAllister, but the layup won't go.
Great pass there, but McAllister absorbing some contact, unable to finish.
Very nearly a travel there. The crowd oohing and ahhing after that one. Spin jumper off the front rim, no good. Lane with the rebound.
Too easy for Matt Lane. He's the tallest player I've ever seen in the Tank, 7 feet tall.
I think he's the second tallest I've seen.
Over 7 foot. Was that guy from Damon?
It was, I believe, the first game of last season. New Haven had a big man that stood 7'1". I think that's the biggest player that we've covered in person. As Lane altered that shot by Oyakanmi, but Adelaide is able to fake him into committing a foul. Adelaide Oyakanmi to the line for two shots.
Well, Joe, right now it's some quietness here. You can see on the camera now across the way. Very hard to find a seat. Same story behind us. A lot of people standing up on the concourse as well. As expected, a great turnout here for senior night.
This is our best turnout since the Tournament of Heroes, our season opener. No question about that. A lot of publicity surrounding tonight's game. Of course, we have the blackout. We have Dolphin Dash apparel sale up on the concourse. It's senior night, season finale, chance to clinch a first-round bye for men's basketball. A lot of hype surrounding tonight's doubleheader.
Lots of going on for sure.
Brown, defended by Oyakanmi, who missed both free throws. Dolphins trail by 2. Brown on the wing, jab steps, looks to drive baseline, and his reverse layup is blocked.
Rejected by Mallory.
Mallory always right in the middle of things defensively as Ziris can't connect on the 3. And he gets a second chance here, and he buries it.
Love to see it, Joe. You know, the teammates want to get Ziris off to a hot start here. Gets the second chance, buries the 3. Talked to Coach Tibbs last time out, and he said Ziris is the most important player in our program.
That's high praise. High praise for guys that have to battle through injury. He finds a cutting Oyakanmi, and that's an easy 2 off the feed from Ziris.
The bench is loving it. What a pass by Ziris.
But as I was saying, for a player who's missed a lot of time due to injury. Very high praise from his head coach.
Zierus, a legacy player. His brother played here and his father.
I believe they were both on the court pregame as he was presented with a frame commemorating his time with the Dolphins. And this team leads it by 3. He has the ball now. Zierus finds a cutting Oyekanmi, and that's a goaltend.
Well, for Matt Lee, when you can just put your hand up and you're blocking the basket, you got to be careful, but goaltending there. But the officials are going to huddle.
They might come and check this one out, Nick.
They're going to check it out. Is Tyler got it? Tyler's going to be getting it ready to go. Joe's got to get the backup just in case.
I think they might need the backup.
Take a look.
Now, Zierus inadvertently made contact with a defender in the face. And Tyler does have it.
Can't doubt Tyler. So the play is under review here.
Back it up, Tyler. They need to see the contact coming up the floor. There you go. We're watching it back alongside the officials.
So what do you think they're going to look for? Have Zierus committed a charge?
They're looking to see if he intentionally made contact.
I thought it was a bit of a flop.
I'm with you. But we have a bad angle. We're looking at it from behind the play on the monitor. The best angle would be an angle facing Zierus. We're at center court near the bottom of your screen, behind the play, so it's really tough.
So what
for
are
us
they going to do?
tell.
They're going to call. If they call foul, obviously it negates the basket.
Well, no, it won't negate the basket. I don't think.
Well, the foul would have happened before the basket.
I don't think they would wave off the basket. I think instead it would be a technical or a flagrant that gave free throws to the Lions, but
they're not going to call foul.
I didn't see much there.
No, just some contact.
From that angle, especially. But in real time, I didn't see much.
Yeah. Well, Joe, let's take a moment here to talk about Zierus and his play so far tonight. We're seeing such great explosiveness and some great passes down low.
He's setting up his teammates for easy baskets, and for a team that is so prolific, shooting from the outside, adding that dimension where you have a guard that is able to slice his way into the middle of the defense and find cutting teammates, it just adds that much more to this team's offensive arsenal. Also, he's pushing the pace really well.
He's got a lot of built-up stamina here.
Oyekanmi left open. Too strong. Dolphins certainly playing with some pace early in this game. Wasting no time trying to get things going offensively each trip up the floor. Aaron Goldstein heading to the scorer's table now. Brown jab steps and goes at Zierus. His floater won't go.
Not what you want to see on senior night.
Zierus down on the floor.
That's his injured knee.
Was it a knee or an ankle?
Can't tell from here what he's grabbing.
Of course, we hope it's nothing serious. But we will head to a media timeout. And when we come back, we'll have an update on Justin Zierus, who is in some pain along the baseline. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. And we're back from the tank as Justin Zierus is helped to his feet. We won't speculate on what the injury may have been, but right now he is able to put weight on his legs, so that's a good sign. And he's going to try and walk off to the trainer's table having a lot of difficulty doing so, but he's making his way over, and we certainly hope he's okay. You hate to see that any day, but especially on senior night.
Yeah, and he was off such a great start tonight in the game.
And number 21, Aaron Goldstein.
Chris Clancy and Aaron Goldstein will check in. Play resumes with just over 15 minutes to go. J.J. Chestnut also in the game. McAllister, Oyakonmi, and Ziris to the bench. Chestnut spins and finishes in traffic. Strong move to the rim there by J.J. Chestnut. .15 on the shot clock for Molloy now. Merchant kicks out, top of the arc. Jalen Rosemond, no good from three. That pass bit high for Mallory, and he stepped on the baseline. .14.5 minutes to go in the first half. Dolphins lead by 7, and once again, it's an early lead for the Dolphins. We've seen that so many times all season long, this team consistently getting off to great starts.
Absolutely. Has been key to a lot of their victories, the early starts. And good start here.
And a turnover underneath by Molloy will give possession back to the Dolphins. Adelaide Oyakonmi right back into the game, replacing Messiah Mallory. Chestnut brings it up. He gets a screen from Oyakonmi. Back out to Goldstein now. He finds Oyakonmi. Oyakonmi trying to create some space, can't do it. Goldstein puts up an air ball, but it's rebounded by Chestnut. Goldstein will try again. Short. Oyakonmi with yet another offensive board, and he scores.
Oyakonmi's signature move there, Joe. That's how he got so many points in the last game. Offensive rebound leads to an easy basket for him.
Time and time and time again, Oyakonmi coming up huge on the offensive glass as two players go crashing into the Dolphins bench. And one of them remains down. That's J.J. Chestnut.
Looks like
he's in a lot of
hit
pain.
His elbow pretty hard, so I'll have to step aside and hope that he's okay.
We will take a quick break as Chestnut remains down on the floor. We'll be right back. The Dolphins lead at 13-4.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode the
Okay, so we've come back from commercial break as the officials have requested another look at that last play, and I'm not sure.
That was similar to the play at the end of the Knicks game on Monday night. I think they could potentially call a foul against Molloy there, but maybe not.
They're not going to call anything. The angle wasn't good enough. Too many bodies. We'll play it one more time, Tyler, in case our audience missed that quick clip there. Oh, yeah, he hit his head on the Molloy player.
Yeah, elbow to the head.
Elbow, you think? I thought he just hit his head on his cheek.
I'm a little further away, so it might have been
I think
head.
That was just incidental contact where Chestnut hit his face on a defender's cheek.
He's okay. Hands up. Gets the crowd going. He's going to the locker room. Don't think we're going to see him again tonight.
JJ's all smiles.
Concussion protocol. But
He needed to be told which way to go. So Chestnut helped to the locker room by assistant coach Kurt Manessi. JJ pumping his fist and was pumping up the crowd as well on his way off the floor. So he's in good spirits, appears okay. And as long as there isn't any issue with a potential concussion, I think he'll be all right. Meanwhile, the Dolphins now have lost 2 players to injury early in this game. And
2 guards.
They're cleaning blood up off the floor right now.
Shamar Laddie in the game, and he's also cleaning up the blood. He could do it all, Shamar.
Coach Tibbs coaching the game.
On the floor. Where's Pete when you need him?
Well, I don't think that's in his job description.
Definitely not. He doesn't touch the court. So the vibe here, Joe, very eerie now with 2 players down. Dolphins ahead, though, by 9.
The tank's been overcome by a bit of somberness at the moment. It's gotten a bit quiet, and they're working on a wet spot left behind when Chestnut went down. I didn't catch who it was on Molloy that was also involved in that tangle-up.
Yeah, he seemed to be okay, but I didn't see who it was.
Well, they're still dealing with condensation on the floor. TJ really giving it a...
They might have put some water down to get the blood.
Yeah.
And they really couldn't dry the court up. But Coach Tibbs could do it all.
Nobody will argue that. He did spend a year as an AD after all.
Right.
And I learned this the other day. That bank shot is good.
Bobby Connors knocks that down.
So I learned something very interesting the other day. TJ's final act as director of athletics is that three-pointer is no good. Do you know what that was?
I'd probably guess attending graduation.
And Oyakonmi lays that in. Nice move in traffic by Oyakonmi off the spin.
His offensive game has truly emerged here the last week.
TJ's final act as director of athletics was to facilitate my return to the College of Staten Island.
Smart move.
He signed the paperwork on his last day, and I was back a week later. That jumper rattles in. Jalen Roseman with the jumper. Goldstein doubled in the corner, finds Oyakonmi. Adelaide drives and does not get the roll. That was halfway toward falling in and instead rolled out. Big crossover there by Matos, and he loses the ball. Here come the Dolphins, running in transition. Laddie fakes, finds Michael Oyakonmi on the baseline and gets it back. Laddie left open. No good from 3. Rebound goes to Bobby Connors. Bounce pass inside, and that ball is stripped away. Here comes Goldstein. Bounce pass for Clancy, who slows it down. He finds Oyakonmi, who lays it in. He had dunk on his mind, Nick.
Michael was going for the dunk, but good job there by Bryce Merchant to get over to prevent the dunk.
Michael always has dunking on his mind. Don't give him a lot of space around the rim. Three-pointer on its way, and that is good by Merchant.
Big 3 there from Molloy and Merchant.
Dolphin lead is 6. Goldstein finds Oyakonmi, and he tried to throw that one down.
Yeah, he got rejected there first.
He will settle for the follow. Top of the arc, Roseman. Left wing, Merchant. No good from 3, and it just seems like every game that net turns inside out.
There's always something with that rim, Joe, from opening night.
And Goldstein knocks down the 3.
Aaron Goldstein in the corner, putting up a 3. It's as good as gold, Joe. Aaron knocks down the 3.
Timeout called, I believe, by the Dolphins, as they lead it 22-11. 10:35 to go in the first half.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends, live sports and watch parties, to Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back from the tank, where the CSI lead has reached double figures. Dolphins in front, 22-11. And here's a look at that last three-pointer by Aaron Goldstein. And Aaron's had quite the quick trigger tonight. He's been looking to shoot early. Has already put up 3 3-pointers, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc.
Listen, Aaron, on any given night, he could go off. Nobody's ever surprised by that.
Goldstein also with a couple of steals defensively, a pair of rebounds. A multi-time East Coast Conference Rookie of the Week. Right there, defending very closely against Barishvili. Pull-up jumper by Say Dieng. And Dieng knocks it down.
Nice job by him there.
Laddie. Inside. Off the leg of Michael Oyakonmi and out of bounds. Lions basketball. Jordan McAllister in, Michael Oyakonmi out. Barishvili feeds it inside. And Roseman's jumper is off. Here comes McAllister. He looks to drive. Jordan lost possession for a moment and can't get the floater to go. But Adelaide Oyakonmi is there again, and he has another putback.
Another offensive rebound, another putback. Tremendous to have a weapon like that in the arsenal if you're Coach Tibbs.
Hustle and tenacity on the offensive glass, unmatched. As Adelaide continues to feast on second chances. And that was off Barishvili. Under 9.5 to go in the first half. Dolphins will inbound, leading by 11. Bryce Waterman back in. Goldstein gets inside. Can't finish. .20 on the shot clock for Molloy. Roseman out to Merchant. He gets it right back and look to feed it back inside to Merchant.
Ball goes out of bounds.
But the Dolphins were standing on the baseline when they made contact with the ball. Ball was thrown away by Molloy, and the Dolphins give it right back. Inbound goes outside to Merchant. And there's a nice touch pass by Connors, and Barishvili hits the three.
He's wide open there. He makes it count, knocks it down.
That is one of the more unusual assists you will see, as Connors tipped it to his teammate, and Shamar Laddie answers at the other end.
10-point game once again.
Connors has it. Looks to back his way in against McAllister. Connors, fadeaway jumper, short. Lane snatches the rebound and can't finish, as Connors had it poked away and taken by the Dolphins. Goldstein around the back, crosses over, looks to attack, lost his footing, and finds Waterman for three. off the side of the backboard. Here come the Lions looking to run. Dang out to Connors. Now Bereshvili. He will look to drive. Fakes, fades, and hits.
6-point game. 8-point game now after that shot. And Molloy clawing back.
Laddie off from 3. And Messiah Mallory will check back in as we head to immediate timeout inside of 8 minutes to go in the first half. Our score with 7:24 until halftime. CSI 26, Molloy 18.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. If you could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
And we're back from the College of Staten Island where the Dolphins' lead is 8 points. Molloy basketball inside of 7.5 minutes to play in half number 1. Kick out to Brown. He looks to drive. Oyekanmi right there with him. Connors fakes, goes around the back, is quickly doubled. And Lane lost it, but it was knocked away by Mallory.
Last 7 minutes here in the first half, Joe. Looking to see if any team can go on any sort of substantial run. It'll dictate a lot about the outcome of this game.
Inbound over the arm of McAllister, but Connors can't make him pay. Fight for the rebound. Waterman has it. Up the floor, McAllister to the rim, and the floater goes down.
Well, let's recap that sequence there. On the defensive glass there, Oyekanmi knocks the ball away from Matt Lane. Dolphins running the break. Get to McAllister, who makes the uneasy layup.
Brown defended very closely by Oyekanmi. Didn't give him an inch. And that ball almost ended up in Tyler's lap.
Nick Brown, nice job saving our camera there.
He was on his way toward another unsolicited visitor at the commentary desk. But it was not to be. The Lions turn it over, and it will be Dolphins basketball. As we approach 6 minutes to play in this first half, the Dolphins lead remains 10 points. Oyekanmi inside for Mallory. Messiah fakes, finds a cutting McAllister. Out to Oyekanmi. Now Laddie. Laddie for McAllister. And Jordan's floater is off the mark. Here come the Lions. The Dolphins got back well defensively, and Bereshvili was forced to slow it down. He'll pull up along the baseline and knocks down the jumper.
He's having a nice first half so far.
Waterman to Laddie. Now Oyekanmi and Mallory. Adelaide Oyekanmi out to Waterman. That three-pointer a bit short. Molloy with the rebound. Something I've noticed about this Dolphins team, Nick, all season long, and I think a lot of viewers take it for granted. They always get back defensively, always.
Yeah, that's crucial. It's great. Very rare that they're going to be out-hustled back and give up an easy, fast break.
And that's saying a lot, considering how good they've been on the offensive glass for much of the year.
Yeah, the guards always get back. Joe, just saw Bryce tying his shoe. Got to ask you what you think about his kicks.
Let's get a look. Though, before I say anything, for me, it comes down to resale value. As Waterman was too
Those
strong
might
on
have
the
some
three.
resale value, I think.
Well, if Bryce wore them, perhaps. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I'm not as tuned into the sneaker game as I once was. Though I am wearing a pretty coveted pair tonight.
Not selling as many Jordans these days.
No. Jordans typically aren't worth anything anymore.
No surprise.
So what I'll do is I'll buy the occasional pair that I really like, which are typically in Columbia blue for our CSI Dolphins, or typically the fire red colorways for my Phillies.
All right.
And for
Now,
the bloodline.
Now, Monday, you did a softball game. I have to assume it was pretty muddy over there. What shoes did you wear? Because I know you're not going to wear white shoes.
I wore my Retro 9 Jordan boots. Outdoor boots, wheat colored.
LA Night-like, yeah.
Very much so. I have several pairs of Timberlands for softball.
You have to wear the boots for softball.
Absolutely. Tyler will learn.
Tyler must have been cold. He probably came in his hoodie.
He had class after, so he bailed a bit early before the sun was all the way down.
Can't blame him.
And McAllister's floater is good. It's back to an 8-point lead. Under 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Dolphins maintaining a lead of about 6 to 10 points for much of the half. That runner no good by Berishvili. Here comes McAllister. And a nice finesse finish.
Sorry to overstep you there, Joe, but that was really impressive, that loopy-loo layup there.
McAllister able to impress with the finesse. 10-point Dolphin lead, under 4 minutes to go, first half. Connors given space, short on the jumper, and that was knocked out by Mallory. Final media timeout of this first half with 3:48 to go before halftime. Our score, Staten Island 32, Molloy 22.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Under 4 minutes to go until halftime here at the Tank. CSI lead is 10. Staten Island 32, Molloy 22. Inbound went to Connors. It was nearly ripped away. Connors double teamed and fouled.
Dolphins foul, number 14, Chris Clancy. That's his first foul.
Well, Joe, we were scheduled for a 7:30 tip. 8:36 p.m. Still 3:41 left in the first half.
A lot of the time, we're done by 9:30, all wrapped up and back at the office.
It's going to be the case tonight. It's going to be a late night for you here.
That is quite all right. Senior night, I'm okay with it. Feet inside. Roseman, way short. He thought he was fouled.
I think Mallory got a piece of that.
And I think the official ruled that the foul may have come after the shot clock because it looked like a nod of acknowledgement there. Could be mistaken.
It happened after the clock expired that it didn't happen in the game because the ball was dead.
McAllister inside for Mallory, and he was fouled before receiving the pass. Not many foul calls in this first half. 3 against the Dolphins, 2 against Molloy. They got that foul up there quickly. Every once in a while, they'll catch us over here. Mallory for Waterman. Bryce yet to score, and he's stripped. Connors, right wing 3. Roseman, no good. Goldstein for McAllister. Jordan crosses over and draws a foul.
Many, many stoppages in this first half.
Well, as soon as I remarked about how few fouls we've seen, the whistles starting to come. Still only 6. Waterman. Short.
Some contact there on that shot.
Clancy. In and out.
Dolphins can't buy a 3 right now.
There's a lid on the basket. And CSI is still shooting well over 40%. Unfortunately, from 3, I believe they're now 2 of 13. And that is indeed the case. There's another miss by McAllister. Rebounded by the Lions. Roseman left open, looks to drive, and banks it in. Strong move there. And it's now a 6-point game with 2 minutes until halftime.
A lot of fight in these Lions.
Mallory. Too strong.
Joe, I think you're right. There's a lid on that basket.
2 of 14 from 3. And Roseman scores again. Timeout, Dolphins.
2-possession game.
1:41 to go until halftime. Molloy back to within 4. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. As the Dolphins have really struggled offensively these last few minutes, Molloy is still shooting just 35% from the field in this game. The Dolphins between 40 and 41. However, the Dolphins are 2 of 14 from 3. And we know how big the three-pointer is to CSI's offensive game.
Yeah, they're a do or die by the 3 most of the time. Right now, clinging to this 4-point lead despite the 14.3% shooting from beyond the arc in the first half.
Coming out of this timeout will be Dolphins basketball. And we'll see if TJ Tibbs look to diagram a play to perhaps jumpstart this offense.
Well, I know what would jumpstart the offense if one of these 3s fall. That'll bring the building back to life, too.
That would be a good start. Goldstein will bring it up. Matos all over him.
Good defense by Matos.
Clancy for 3. Splash. Well, Nick, the play worked really well.
Play worked really well. I said they needed a 3. Gives the Dolphins some breathing room.
Left-handed hook, no good by Connors. Rebound Oyekanmi.
Back-to-back 3s here.
Perhaps. No. Connors way downtown. Off. Dolphins can go 2 for 1. Goldstein lost it. No whistle.
Looking for a foul call.
Goldstein wanted one, didn't get it. It's 5-on-4 as Goldstein just gets back. And a foul was called against Oyakonmi. The Dolphins still with just 14 fouls ahead of that one. Or did they beat me to it on the board again? They did. That's 4. They're just too good over there at the scores table. Can't keep up.
Really fast with the scoreboard tonight.
They hear that whistle and immediately up on the board. Merchant, floater on the baseline, and that's good.
5-point game.
About a 7 or 8 second differential between shot clock and game clock.
A lot of pressure for Aaron over here right in front of his family, barking orders at him.
Clancy, right back to Goldstein. Matos all over Goldstein wherever he goes. And Aaron's pull-up is way off. We've seen quite a few air balls tonight. Brown lost it. Oyakonmi almost fell down. Potties everywhere. And that was last touched by Molloy.
Dolphins can probably get a shot up here.
Certainly. 2.9 to go until halftime.
We'll say, you just get the ball into Bryce Waterman range, which is half court, and you got a chance.
Something tells me they're not going to give him any space. Just a hunch. Merchant had his eyes all over Bryce. Laddie pulls up.
Blocked.
Air ball. And that'll do it for the first half. Our score at halftime. Staten Island 35, Molloy 30. Halftime ceremony honoring our student athletes on the Dean's List. Coming up next, be sure to stay right here on CSI Sportsnet.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention, please. As part of our final home basketball game of the season, CSI Athletics would like to take this opportunity to recognize a group of individuals who exemplify what it means to excel as an NCAA Division II student athlete. In addition to their contributions in the realm of athletics, the following student athletes have earned recognition on the Dean's List with a GPA of greater than 3.5 during the fall semester. Let's meet them now. For women's soccer, Nadia Evela, Tara Hilke, Brianna Dorr, Juliana Carrara, Colleen Rodriguez, Ariel Uy, Isabella Radamina, and Megan Maher. From men's soccer, Franklin Shehu, Brian Curlier, Youssef Darghi, and Miguel Espinoza. From women's cross-country track and field, Ava Thompson, Skylar Pointer, and Ariana Finkelstein. From men's cross-country track and field, Dominic Perry, Ryan Tierney, Sean McCallaratse, and Alan Betts. From women's swimming and diving, Edna Melendez, Aurelia Barragallo, Jessica Johnson, Asmea Youssef, and Jordan Swanson. From men's swimming and diving, David Pajoli, David Fingers, Maxine Plyer, Josiah Rivera, Sam Rosenfeld, Elliot Rado, Hassan Attar, Dylan Martinson, and Anthony Attenborough. From women's basketball, Lizzie LaFaro, Noemia Masinge, Kaya Johnson, and Madison Haggett. Luis Armas, Shamar Laddie, and Justin Ziris. From softball, Natalia Nutt, Sabrina Campbell, Victoria Whalen, Ava Del Salto, Corinne DiMartini, Kristen Cardillo, Kelsey Strayer, Avery Mockery, Marina Grenier, Anissa Acosta, Mariah Carcano, Paige Bell, Cassidy Latour, Alyssa Acosta, and Madison Edwards. And from baseball, Antonio Gautreaux, Thomas Martin, Brian Burkhead, Brian Fiore, Christopher Riley, Christian Rice, Anthony Iresi, and Michael Kino. And now we'd like to take the time to specially recognize the group of student athletes who achieved the GPA of 4.0 this past semester. For women's soccer, Emily Albano, Jacqueline D'Amico. For women's cross country, track and field, Catherine Miranda, and Elizabeth Nicotra. For women's basketball, Janice Alakar. From men's basketball, Chris Clancy. From softball, Eileen Valderas. And for baseball, Nick Campisi. And Joe Salita. Ladies and gentlemen, one final round of applause for all of our Dolphins who have achieved this level of academic excellence. At this time, please welcome to the floor your CXI dance team.
I was the kid who would do surgery on my teddy bear and like have my sister be my patient, and I would wear the stethoscope and the lab coat. I was that kid. Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Dr. News, who is the head of the biology department, definitely has had a huge impact over the past 2 years I've been in the lab. He took a chance on me and actually gives me the power to actually do things. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. I've had so many experiences with underprivileged people and just seeing that they want the basic things that people get out of life. And if I can help in any way, that just kind of warms my heart. That's why I want to be a doctor, to serve those who have been dealt a bad hand. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. It was just because I bought into myself, because someone bought into me. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
My dad was a soccer coach and bought this little book bag. I could sit in the book bag like facing backwards and look like my legs out. So I'd be in his book bag when my dad coaches and the ball's going around. I'm like kicking at the ball in the back. And my dad was like, we have a prodigy. So he put me into soccer and it just progressed from there. The catalyst was the opportunity to play soccer at a Division II school. I loved the team. They brought me in like I was one of their own. The professors help out so much. They actually care about developing me, not only so I just memorize the material and able to take a test, but am I able to apply the information. I don't feel nervous asking them, hey, I'm not going to be in class. Can you send me something? And they're completely fine with it and they understand, which is the best part. On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do. Be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I'm able to go out and become president of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee. SAC is consistent of like a ton of different backgrounds, and we'll come up with cool ideas for like fundraisings and having the opportunity to raise money for Make-A-Wish and knowing it's going towards a good cause. Not only motivates me, but it motivates the whole community. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our
And we are back for the start of the second half from the tank. Dolphins had a double-digit lead in the first half of this game. CSI led by as many as 11. That lead down to 5. Molloy with a run at the end of that first half to work their way back into this game. We spoke about what this game means for the Dolphins in terms of postseason, but Molloy now within 2 points. We didn't get a chance to talk about what this game means to Molloy on the men's side in terms of the playoffs. So we'll touch more on that in the second half. But Molloy, right now, fighting for their playoff lives, Nick. They need this game. They have to have this game.
Is it a win and in scenario or
No,
win and
not
then you
even
got to win
close.
against Saturday?
They're 5-9. The two teams they're chasing, Queens and UDC, 6 and 8.
All right, so Dolphins could actually help them out Saturday by playing Queens. That's if Molloy wins tonight.
And they can help themselves against UDC. Goldstein draws the foul there.
Plenty of game left as Justin Ziris is back on the bench. That's good to see. He's got crutches, though, but we did see that it was an ankle injury, which is good. Not his surgically repaired knee.
So the bad news for Molloy is that they lost to UDC earlier this year. So a
no
win does
tiebreaker.
not guarantee them the tiebreaker. Now, we did get an email from Casey, who does a great job breaking down the scenarios. However, on the men's side, for the 5 and 6 seeds, as Molloy now has taken the lead, Matos from downtown. Now, we didn't get a pronunciation guide. I've been saying Matos. Sal is saying Matos.
Tomato, tomato.
Perhaps.
Matos,
One
Matos.
could say. I'm not sure. That's Adebayo Conmi giving the Dolphins the lead back. But Molloy lost to UDC earlier in the year. So that ensures that they can't get that head-to-head tiebreaker via a sweep of the season series. So we'd have to dig down the schedule and see. Now, if Molloy wins this game, that gives them a win against a potential 2 seed in CSI. That could really help them with that tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker goes.
As Mallory lays it in off the nice feed. The Dolphins have only lost to Roberts Wesleyan and Stack this year. Roberts Wesleyan is in the playoffs. As Matos hits another 3.
This game is far from over. That was one of the lowest scoring first halves we had in months.
That was a low-scoring half. That's how our last game started, trending toward a low-scoring half as McAllister tips it in off his own miss. But our first broadcast over the weekend, or I should say our only broadcast over the weekend, broadcast on Saturday, as Matos will try again. That's in and out. But that game against Bloomfield for the men was trending toward a low-scoring first half. And then the offenses took off as Goldstein draws a foul and will head to the line for 2 shots.
Lions fouls on the 1 draw. Montrose is his first, team second.
Dolphins with the lead right now, and Goldstein extends out with the free throw. Bryce Waterman waiting for him to heat up here. If we get him going, Dolphins get him going, the lead will certainly expand.
Well, Adebayo Conmi making a bid for a senior night player of the game honor.
Back-to-back games?
That would be back-to-back wins.
Yeah. Now, right now, Dolphins, everybody who has played except Waterman has scored.
Well, the way Justin Ziris was playing, he was headed toward a conversation
to
post-game.
the player of the game, definitely.
Goldstein feeds it inside to Mallory as Molloy is back to within 2 again. And Mallory draws the foul. Young aspiring officials, Nick.
Gotta love the Goldstein family, Joe. They know the rules. Basketball family.
That's right. Mallory's first free throw, no good. So J.J. Chestnut, who was hit in the face, or really took the worst of a collision, is a more accurate way to describe it. He collided with one of the Lions and got the worst of it. His eye, it appeared, hit the cheek of one of the Lions players as both were chasing a loose ball. He has not returned to the Dolphins bench.
Right, neither has
Zieris has returned.
Coach Kurt, he's not on the bench either. He's with JJ. Obviously, take head injuries very serious around here.
And Oyakonmi has the steal. Adelaide inside, lays it in.
Adelaide, he liked having that post-game interview. He wants it again.
He's heading for another one the way he's playing tonight. 14 points on 7 of 10, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Merchant out to Brown, who spins and is fouled. And that will send us to our first media timeout of the second half. Our score with 15:56 to go. Dolphins 46, Lions 41. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. And we are back from the tank where we did have a visit from the officials during the timeout. There was a play they wanted to look at, but it was far back in the half, so we had to scrub in the live stream to get to it, and the media timeout expired. Unfortunately, wireless internet not your friend on campus, but they wanted to see if on one of the Molloy three-pointers the shooter was behind the line, and I think he was. They got it right.
They got it right. We'll let them know next time they come over.
We'll let them know they got it right. We're not allowed to tell them if they got it wrong, but they got it right, so it's okay. Never say we don't encourage the officials. Dolphins by 4. Entry pass to Mallory. He kicks out to a wide-open Waterman. And Waterman knocks it down.
It's as cold as Bryce. Bryce Waterman knocks down the 3, his first points of the game.
Well, I really wanted to give that one a splash, but it rattled around the rim. I didn't feel it.
Yeah,
didn't feel it in
wasn't
the moment.
a splash.
Didn't feel it in the moment.
Look at the next one.
You can say it on any make, but I wanted his first one to be a good one.
It's coming soon, the next make.
Perhaps Clancy. Splash.
A CC3.
That's right.
Back-to-back threes for the Dolphins.
It's a CC3. Dolphins by 10. Merchant answers.
Has the response there. Let's see if the threes keep on falling.
Well, we were trending toward a low-scoring game, Nick. Shooting's picking up here. And Mallory looked like he may have lost his footing. Here comes Merchant to the rim, going at Waterman. Can't finish. And the foul is called underneath in the chase for the rebound.
Saya Mallory called for the foul.
That ball is knocked out of bounds. Inbound brought in heavy traffic by Alford. He gains his composure and can't finish the layup. Here comes Goldstein. Out to Clancy for three. No good.
Remains a 6-point game, a 7-point game.
Step back. And Matos can't connect. Oyakonmi wants it in the post and was able to seal off his defender nicely on that catch, forcing Matos to foul.
4th team foul on the Lions.
Goldstein out. Michael Oyakonmi in. Mallory heads to the bench as well. Shamar Laddie enters the game. Oyakonmi looking for Clancy, gets it to him. Nearly a steal there. That sets up an open three. No good. But Michael Oyakonmi has the rebound.
Second chance opportunity for the Dolphins.
Oyakonmi facing up Connors. He looks to back in now. Tough shot, won't go. And an over-the-back foul is called against Michael Oyakonmi.
Still a 7-point game.
13:42 to go, second half. The Lions fighting for their playoff lives. The Dolphins looking to lock up a first-round bye. Merchant on the wing, defended by Laddie. Merchant shoots over him. Can't hit. And Waterman had the rebound and was fouled.
15th foul, Molloy. They are stacking up the fouls here early.
Fouls about to become problematic for the Lions here. They've piled up quickly in the early going of the second half. Laddie will bring it up. His team leading by 7. Waterman. Hands off for Clancy. Now Oyakonmi. Hands off to Waterman. Bounce pass inside by Waterman, stolen. Lions look to run. Matos with a hop dribble there. Connors left wide open, and he hits from way downtown.
Did that earlier in the game as well. The graduate student Bobby Connors draining a deep three. 2-possession game.
Waterman looks to answer. Splash.
Bryce, baby! Knocking down his second three of the game.
Dolphins back in front by 7. That was a big shot by Waterman. Brown, pull up. Tough shot over Oyakonmi. And Molloy will take a timeout. The deficit at halftime for the Lions, 5. The lead for the Dolphins, still 5. 12:22 to go, second half. Staten Island 55, Molloy 50. .20 to go in the second half. Dolphins lead by 5. CSI built their lead back up to double digits in this half, but Molloy strikes back, and Laddie throws up an air ball after we had a lot of contact at the free throw line. Matos wanted a foul call. He felt Laddie pushed off, no whistle, and then a foul was called underneath. The Lions bench doesn't like it.
forces his third foul, team 6.
Economy was definitely knocked into there. And
are they coming over is the question.
Trying to see who the foul was on. It looked like it was definitely an Economy, but Bryce Waterman's ready to shoot.
Well, you know, if the Dolphins are given the opportunity, they would like Bryce to take the free throws.
Yeah.
Good free throw
is there a
shooter.
technical assess, maybe?
If Bryce is getting free throws with nobody gathered around the free throw line,
Should
then
be a
yes.
technical.
Correction on the call.
Yeah, technical foul.
Now, Joe, you've called a lot more games than me. This is my 5th season, but have you ever seen a three-point shooter like Bryce Waterman in the history of the program?
It's much easier to recall the shooters from the seasons where I was over here.
Right.
And the seasons I was over here are the seasons you've been over here.
Okay.
So 2021 forward, the last 3 seasons.
Okay.
But if I'm thinking of the most prolific shooters in the years I've covered, Austin Mick immediately comes to mind. As Waterman is rejected, obviously Bryce Waterman comes to mind. Now, there are plenty of good outside shooters, but not with the volume that we've seen.
Right.
Edin Bracic comes to mind, another very good outside shooter. But off the top of my head, those are the 3 names that come to mind when I think of outside shooters during the years I've covered.
Well, certainly a heck of a career for Bryce Waterman as a Dolphin, as was mentioned in the awesomely written pregame speech. 1,000 points in just 3 seasons.
No doubt a prolific career for him, and there's still time as there's 11:51 left in this game, a game on Saturday, and then conference playoffs. Final 12 minutes when we come back after this short break. All right, Nick, so the call on the technical was a flop. So they got the Lions for flopping. And that's why Waterman was given the technical free throws. So that being said, it looks like he wasn't given the technical free throws after all. Looking up at the scoreboard, no free throws, so forget what I just said.
So did they make clear that it happened?
Laddie, short on the fadeaway, and McAllister has the rebound. He saves it to a wide-open Clancy. No good from 3. Chris gets his own rebound. Laddie inside McAllister along the baseline. He looks to drive. Fadeaway floater is good.
It's never looks easy, but somehow Jordan is able to make that shot time and time again.
And another Dolphin is down. This time, Adelaide Oyekanmi seated on the floor.
Not a good night for the Dolphins with the injuries.
Not at all.
This is going to be rough heading into the playoffs.
Well, the good news is that he immediately went to stretch his legs, which leads me to believe he cramped up.
I would hope it's a cramp. Looks like his thigh's being attended to right now.
Well, they have the Theragun out, and we'll see where the targeted area is. Looks like left calf.
Left calf. Going to spray
All right.
something on there, or some water. Hopefully he's okay. Doesn't look to be something super serious, but we don't know.
It has been a tumultuous night for the Dolphins on the injury front.
And you know what? Every single injury happened in the same spot. pretty much on the
That's
court.
a good point. That's a good point. Didn't think of that. Though Zeres is closer
on
to the baseline. Yeah.
But the other two are right in front of the Dolphins bench.
Yeah. That corner of the floor has been a treacherous area for the Dolphins. Not to say there's anything wrong with the floor. It just so happens that those injuries have occurred right in front of the Dolphins bench. Oyekanmi didn't even fall down. He just cramped up. And a foul was called on the pass. Dolphins now piling up fouls. Both sides with 5 team fouls. And this could certainly play a role in the outcome of this game. Free throw shooting going to be critically important, as I think we had another foul called, a push, as Mallory went for the rebound, and now Dolphins, if they're fouled one more time, are in the 1-and-1 bonus.
6 fouls for Molloy, 5 for the Dolphins. 10:40 left in the game.
Laddie uses the Mallory screen, pulls up, and knocks it down.
Laddie, gonna need a lot of offense for him moving forward here, especially with Chestnut out.
Crossover by Matos, step back jumper is good.
Nice job by him. He ends up in the stands, but luckily he came up okay.
Laddie drives the baseline. Mallory from McAllister. Now Laddie with 15 to shoot as the Dolphins will set up a play here. Mallory screens for Laddie, who tries the 3 and knocks it down.
Not too shabby for Laddie as he knocks down a 3 off the screen from Mallory.
Well, they gave Shamar a bit too much space, and you can't do that. Feed inside. Roseman rejected. Clancy bounce pass for Laddie, and he threw it away. Last touched by the Dolphins. The bench did not agree. The officials will converse, and they all reached the same conclusion: Lions basketball.
Well, Tyler, I think, got the replay, so we'll take a look at some point.
Tyler's really learning those controls. He now watches those replays independent of the stream.
Right. I haven't seen as good an engineer as Tyler since myself.
Well, I'll tell you, Nick, I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but I received a message the other night from TJ Tibbs talking about how good the broadcast has been this year in terms of replay integration, especially since we corrected the playback speed issue.
We've come a far way from the first game of the season when Tyler wasn't here.
Bounce pass, Laddie to Mallory, and Messiah is blocked from behind. Floater, no good on the attempt by Bereshvili. That was a long distance to attempt a floater from. Here comes Laddie, kick out, corner, Goldstein for 3.
Blackjack, number 21 from downtown.
That's certainly fitting tonight in the black uniforms. Dolphins by 13. This is CSI's largest lead. Matos fakes, fires, and hits.
Matos having a great game, a great second half as well.
He has 17 points on 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown to go along with 5 assists. Laddie, way off. Here come the Lions back the other way. Matos on the drive, and he draws the foul.
He's a bit shaken up. Adelaide Oyekanmi back walking along the Dolphins bench, so he appears to be okay.
And with that, we will head to immediate timeout. 7:31 to play. Dolphins lead it, 65-54.
At the College of Staten Island, we're more than just students. We're a community united by pride and spirit. Gear up and show your Dolphin pride with our exclusive collection of apparel and accessories. Join the tradition. Be a part of the legacy. Show your Dolphin pride. Visit the Dolphin-Spirit store in Building 3A, Room 106 to get your gear today. We are CSI.
Just over 7.5 minutes to go from the tank. Dolphins still lead by double digits. Chance for Molloy to change that here at the line, and they won't be able to do so, at least on this trip, as the first free throw is no good. Matos goes 1 of 2.
10-point game, 7:30 left.
That was a risky pass, nearly stolen. But Goldstein tracks down the loose ball with 18 on the shot clock. Goldstein gets a Mallory screen. Feed goes to Messiah. He brings it in. Tries the hook shot and draws a foul.
Well, chances are Messiah's either going to make that shot, and if he doesn't, he's going to be fouled.
Mallory to the line, 2 shots. That team foul number 7 on Molloy. The Dolphins officially in the 1-and-1 bonus, but Messiah in the act of shooting will get 2. And the first is good. Despite 13 fouls on the 2 teams in the second half, that free throw was just free throw attempt number 13 in this game. Dolphins were 3 of 6. Molloy was 4 of 6. Dolphins now 4 of 7.
So a good amount of points left at the line for both teams, but the reason 2 shots made there.
Sorry to cut you off, Nick. The reason Molloy's in this game, simply their outside shooting, and the Dolphins have still hit more threes.
Bobby Connors has been great in downtown.
Another foul called, and the action wait to resume once again. First half moved at a nice pace. Second half, a few more whistles. Molloy now in the 1-and-1 bonus, so Matos heads to the line. And he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Second free throw, no good. Mallory has the rebound.
The crowd loving the missed free throw.
They sure did.
Home court advantage.
Goldstein, hands off for Waterman. Merchant all over him. Mallory one-on-one in the post. Is stuffed, and the rebound is pulled in by Connors. Connors posting up Mallory. He is rejected and gets it right back as he banks it in with the left hand.
Nice job by him to stick with it.
Dolphin lead back to single digits, 9 points. Just over 6 minutes to play. And Goldstein sees that shot swatted into the cheerleading section.
Yeah, Rosemont there uses his 6'8" height to block that.
19 on the shot clock here for the Dolphins as they will inbound. Goldstein uses a Waterman screen, goes around the back, and finds Oyekanmi. Goldstein for three. No good. McAllister had the rebound and draws a foul.
He'll go to the line. I would like to point out, Joe, that right now, Bryce Merchant and Bryce Waterman are guarding each other in this game. Now, we did have last year, we had Johnson and Johnson in the women's game.
We did.
Which was even more funny. This is just first names. Can't say we are not very observant over here at the court side.
I don't think we will ever be accused of not having an attention to detail.
Joe, you get a good look at Bryce's shoes now. Not your style, that's for sure. But it looks like he has a special written message on the sole.
Yes. I'm typically not very loud with my sneaker choices. I have one or two pairs that are a bit bolder than others, but generally speaking.
My loudest pair of sneakers are the Jeremy Lin sneakers.
We'll have to people look at those one game on the air. We'll stick them up on the commentary desk. 5:56 to go, second half. Dolphins lead, 69-58.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Less than 6 minutes to go from the tank, where the Dolphins lead by 11 points. They've kept Molloy at arm's length for much of this second half.
Good to see Adelaide Oyukami back in the game.
Brown, double teamed. Finds an open Rosemond, short on the three. And a foul was called underneath. Lions will head back to the line. Bobby Connors to the line for the 1-and-1. He's short. And Clancy draws a foul on the rebound.
Well, it's going to be a lot of free throws from here on out, Joe. 8 fouls for your team, 5:38 left. So any foul will be heading to the free throw line.
Free throws at the other end. Chris Clancy to the line for the Dolphins. 2 shots coming up with CSI leading by 11. And the first is good. And Clancy goes 2 for 2 from the stripe.
Clancy might be the best free throw shooter on the team.
Pull up by Merchant is good, and he wastes no time, making it an 11-point game. Under 5.5 minutes to go. Lions can't afford to trade baskets here. This game means everything to Molloy. Clancy, splash.
Shooting threes are chancy, but not when you're Chris Clancy.
Clancy with another 3. He's 3 of 8 from downtown, 3 of 8 from the field, and you can count that basket and 1 for Mick Brown.
Foul's going to be on, I think, Aaron Goldstein. 4th foul, so he's in a bit of trouble here. He's going to stay in the game, though.
And the free throw by Brown is good. It's back to an 11-point game. Goldstein up the floor, Waterman back to Clancy, and now Goldstein will get things set. Under 5 minutes to play now. Molloy still trying to get within 10. First, they'll have to come up with a stop. Goldstein from McAllister. Out to Goldstein once again. Goldstein fades away. Short on the jumper. Offensive rebound, Oyakonmi.
Well, Oyakonmi showing no issues with his leg now as he does what he does, and that is get offensive rebounds.
That's a double-double for Adelaide. Goldstein in and out on the three, and McAllister grabs the rebound. He was nearly taken out, and Oyakonmi, the beneficiary, scores the layup.
16 points now for him. Might be a season high.
Our live stats a bit behind at the moment. As a foul is called, I believe on a three. We'll see if they rule that foul before the shot.
Waterman, the captain, yelling at his teammates there.
I believe they're ruling that foul before the shot, so that would make it 2 free throws.
Yeah, I don't think he got it off in time. I think Shamar Laddie's going to come in for Aaron Goldstein here.
Don't miss!
And Merchant's free throw is no good.
And Laddie comes in for McAllister.
Free throw is good. 1 of 2 trips to the line. CSI lead is 12, inside of 4 minutes to play. Waterman, nice move inside, and he lays it in with the finger roll.
What a move there by Bryce Waterman. Don't see him taking it to the hoop too often, but he gets the crossover, gets some space, and lays it in.
Entry pass goes to Connors. Kick out, Merchant for 3. Short. And Laddie has the rebound. Laddie racing up the floor. Throws one up, no good. Rebound by Rosemont. Connors left open again. And he makes the Dolphins pay.
The wrong guy to leave open there as Bobby Connors knocks it down once again.
Connors 2 of 4 from downtown, just 4 of 11 from the field. He now has 10 points. And that timeout will send us to our final commercial break of the 4th quarter. Our score, Dolphins 78, Molloy 67.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, got 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
.308 to go, second half at the Tank. CSI leads by 11, and it is Dolphins basketball. as Chris Clancy was immediately trapped, somehow escaped, and Waterman will wisely hand it back to Shamar Laddie.
Call Clancy Houdini there. Don't know how he got out of that one.
Laddie being pressured by Brown, now Waterman. Merchant has done a good job on Bryce tonight defensively as Mallory drew a whistle inside. And I think it was for out of bounds and not a foul. So Messiah was blocked on that shot attempt. And the Lions have done about as good a job as you can against Messiah Mallory tonight.
Only 7 points for Messiah. He also has 7 rebounds and 4 blocks, though, so it's still a good game for him.
That play was blown dead. I think the Dolphins may have called timeout before the inbound, and they did. So 30-second timeout, Dolphins. Will stay right here. And, Nick, last time Coach Tibbs used one of these 30-second timeouts, the play he diagrammed worked to perfection.
Yeah, I think they got to run the Joe Foreman here. Give the fans what they want.
You know, if I knew what the Joe Foreman was, I couldn't share it.
You couldn't share. You don't want anybody to know.
But it did get them a wide-open shot in that playoff game. They saved it for a big moment late in the game.
You'll have to ask Coach Tibbs off the air, just for your own knowledge.
I'm sure they changed it. I haven't heard it called this year. Maybe they dumped it.
It's only a playoff play.
Perhaps. Only for the biggest of stages. Crowd singing along now.
Not a fan of Justin Bieber, Joe.
Well, I don't think most 30-plus-year-old men are at this point.
Well, you got to remember, most of these CSI dance team people, when Justin Bieber came out, are probably like 6 or 7, so they love the guy.
That's a really good point. Well, the Dolphins turn it over off the inbound, and I'm sure that's not what they diagrammed. Connors lost his footing, lost the ball, but Oyakonmi was last to touch it.
All right. Dolphins got to settle down here.
Molloy needs points, and they need them quickly.
11-point lead for the Dolphins. Molloy probably wants to look here, maybe get a Connors 3. Merchant's had a good half. Nick Brown, team sense hit big shots, and Matos, he is the one who has done most of the damage this evening.
So they attended to a wet spot in the paint. And Molloy will inbound here. Connors receives it, bounce pass for Brown, quick layup, and the Lions are within 9. Well, Molloy needs more turnovers. Laddie is trapped, got it to Waterman. Now Bryce lost it, it's loose. Mallory saves it, and Bryce brings it in. Clancy maybe had a chance for the dagger there, but he wisely...
I think they want to use the clock.
Yeah, he wisely will let another 15 seconds come off the clock. Perhaps a bit less, but the Dolphins will score. And that may put this one out of reach.
Shamar from afar knocks down the jumper.
That's a deep 2. That will make it a 9-point game, and they're going to look at it, but I think they got it right.
Tyler's ready. Take a look right now as the officials are here.
Yep, they got it right. They got the other one right, too, without the video. When you have the replay,
might as well use it.
Might as well use it, absolutely. That's what we're here for. Tyler patting his chest. I'm patting my head. Nick's patting the table. $1:43 to go. And just when you think Molloy is out of it, they score a very quick basket and make it a game again. But they need turnovers. The Dolphins just have to protect the ball and hit their free throws. Goldstein, fouled. Well, Nick, I was bracing the table there. We had
I
three
thought
defenders.
Aaron
Aaron
Goldstein was coming into my body. Like,
he left his
airborne.
feet. Yep. Well, as I said, protect the ball, hit your free throws, go home with a win, and a first-round bye in the ECC playoffs.
It would be a heck of an accomplishment for this Dolphins team on their second year of playoff eligibility, making a big jump up to the second best team in the regular season in the East Coast Conference.
Dolphins with the 2 seed. Now, I'd have to consult the playoff procedures, and I'm ashamed for not knowing this off the top of my head. Do they reseed, or do they go concrete with the matchups in the ECC?
I would think they'd reseed, but I don't know for sure.
I should know that.
Especially when it's neutral site.
I should know that, and I don't off the top of my head. Perhaps the internet can help us here.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't reseed when all the 4 final teams would be playing at the same.
They do not reseed.
Interesting.
So the number 1 seed faces the winner of 3-6, and the number 2 seed faces the winner of 4-5.
So in that case, might pay to be the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I would consider it an advantage.
Except you're not at your home.
You're not at your home court.
That's it. But yeah, you play the worst team.
Do you take the home court, or do you want the best matchup?
It's a good question for you to ask Coach Tibbs.
As the Dolphins turn it over, and with 1:24 to go, that's the only way Molloy is going to be able to get back in without missed free throws. Now, man, if you're the Dolphins, you have to really like the position you're in that case.
Either way, you'll play the worst seeded team in your semifinals game.
Well, if I'm the 2 seed and I'm the Dolphins, we've beaten Damon twice this year, thinking of it from a Dolphins perspective. So obviously that's a matchup that has gone well for CSI so far this year.
Right.
That being said, Damon widely regarded as the 3rd best team in the conference, and the standings attest to that.
Absolutely.
So if Damon faces Stack, 2 teams that are very familiar with playing in the championship, particularly against one another.
Right.
Those 2 teams will beat up on each other in the semifinals.
All right, then the next day, if the Dolphins win their game, they'll be able to face the winner.
Now, looking at it from the other side, the Dolphins 2-0 against Damon as CSI turns it over again. Dolphins just not executing late in this game in regards to protecting the basketball.
Well, Joe, this is a game here where the Dolphins certainly didn't have their A game this evening, didn't have their best stuff. However, right now, they are ahead, they're in position to win, and that's what the great teams do. They find a way to win when they're not at their best.
Mallory blocks that shot, and that should do it. Will the Lions foul? Dolphins will shoot, and Molloy will foul. So, as I was saying, from the other side of things, obviously, if you're looking at it from an outside perspective, not considering each team's record against conference opponents, you would prefer to play the winner of the 4-5 game. You have to assume, based on past success in the playoffs, that Damon should win their game.
Right.
You have to assume the higher seed's going to win every game, going in. The Dolphins have lost to Roberts Wesleyan. Would you rather play the team you beat twice and play Damon? I don't think so.
I think the Dolphins would want revenge.
So
I know they beat him
they
once,
want Roberts.
Yeah.
The Dolphins want the 4-5 winner if that happens to be Roberts Wesleyan.
Who is the 5 right now?
That's a good question.
That's who the Dolphins want.
That's a good point. I don't think there's any question you want the lowest seed possible. UDC is the 5. The Dolphins have beaten them twice. And Merchant knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Well, Joe, as we get our last media timeout here, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to do another season with you. and let's keep the good times rolling.
It's been a lot of fun here at the commentary desk all season long. Tyler, I know, has had a blast. He's a bit disappointed that he didn't get a T-shirt, but I think he'll be okay. He picked up some great merch.
And Tyler, will congratulate you as you'll be graduating this spring. But hopefully you come back and work with us next basketball season.
Oh, please don't leave. Please don't leave. You coming back next year, Tyler? He's nodding. They all nod until they're gone for good.
Right. He's going to take that NIL money.
One day, we'll get Tyler on headset again. He did call one soccer game with you.
With me, yeah. Tyler's Sportsnet debut.
I'm sure he did a great job.
He did.
Now,
Tyler might end up calling some baseball or softball games this year.
It's possible. Are you a baseball guy, Tyler? All right, so Tyler would feel comfortable there. I don't think he's a soccer guy. No. Admittedly, I'm not a soccer guy either when it comes to watching it outside of calling it. However, I've called plenty of soccer now. Aaron is our Sportsnet resident soccer analyst. He is a huge soccer fan. Former player, brings that in-depth knowledge to the broadcast as Luis Armas will check in for the Dolphins. Molloy will certainly foul if they can't force a turnover here. Or perhaps not. They finally do. Shot clock will turn off. Dolphins to the line.
Bryce Waterman will check out here for one last time in the tank. I think. We'll see.
That might wait until the final possession. The Dolphins have one timeout left. I think they'll use it for that.
Bringing in a defensive unit, so we'll see who comes.
Goldstein misses the first. If he misses again, we still have a game. If he hits one,
Mallory
the game
in
is
for
effectively
Clancy.
over. And Goldstein goes 1 for 2.
Calster in for Goldstein.
I'm not sure if Molloy is still alive for the playoffs should they lose this game. Queens has lost. They are now 6-9. That result became official earlier. UDC is 7-8. So Molloy can't catch them. I'll have to take a look here and see what the head-to-head looks like between Queens and Molloy. Split there. So if Queens were to lose their last game and Molloy was to win, whoever has the strongest victory would go to the playoffs. We know Molloy, if they lose this game, they fall to 0-2 against the Dolphins. Molloy has not beaten Damon. Molloy has not beaten Stack. Molloy has not beaten CSI. They did beat Roberts Wesleyan. So that's Molloy's strongest win. As for Queens, they beat Damon. So Molloy would be eliminated with a loss. And they will go on to lose this game. As the Dolphins take the win on their home floor. 83-75 on senior night. TLC Physical Therapy post-game report with our player of the game coming up next. Adelaide Oyekanmi will join Nick for the second straight Dolphins win after this short break.
to do this, but listen, everybody that's here, all the CSI fans, all the students, all the athletes, all the administration, people across campus that I see today, this year has been incredibly special. Incredibly special. And as I look around, I see a lot of the same faces that we've seen since opening night here, and everybody here, some new faces. We got the cheerleaders that always support us. Please clap it up for the cheerleaders. We added the dance team this year. I don't know what they have, but please clap it up for the dance team. I just want to say that I am incredibly appreciative of all the support that we get. It sucks that we don't get to play here for another game, because you guys are the reason why we're in the middle of having the best season that we've had since we went to Division II. But I will say, this is the last time this year. We still need you. We have another game on Saturday, and then this win today, these guys just clinched the first round bye in the playoffs next week. So clap it up. So it's going to be at Stack. I know everybody got GPS. We're going to be playing Saturday and hopefully Sunday, but we need to paint that place blue. We need to have everybody there. And like I said, this season has been really special, but we're nowhere near where we want to be. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, the students, the athletes, the administration, the parents, this has been really special. And these guys right here literally giving their all and their everything. And a lot of these guys committed to this program when we couldn't even make the playoffs. And this is this group right here. So this is not something that I love doing, but these guys are incredibly special. Incredibly special. From Sean, who's been with Nick Duran from the first year of Division II as the manager, from Justin Ziris, who was one of our first commits in 2020, from Adelaide, who came for a year, from Mac, who's been here for 2 years, and from Bryce, who's been here for 3 years. If you're a CSI fan, you understand it's been so hard. It's been so hard to get to this point. None of this stuff is easy, but it makes it so worth it with you guys in the stands. So again, please give these seniors a round of applause. And I really hope to see, when we play a Stack on Saturday and get to the opponent to be determined, I really hope we see the same people. Get your tickets early. The gym fit like 20 people. So get your tickets early. But I promise you this team is going to continue to play hard. And this is going to be special this year because of you guys. So thank you very much.
So we had some season-ending words from men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs. And, of course, if you're watching at home, be sure to support the Dolphins in the East Coast Conference playoffs, semifinals, and potentially a game in the conference championship next weekend at St. Thomas Aquinas College. But joining Nick on the court is our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Adelaide Oyekanmi, for the second straight Dolphins win. Nick, take it away.
Adelaide, being the TLC Player of the Game is so nice. We're going to do it twice, back-to-back games now. You're getting comfortable over here. Congratulations on the win. Great season so far. Looking back now, how great does it feel to be a Dolphin for your last season?
It definitely feels great. Like, it was my friend's birthday yesterday, and I was looking at our high school pictures, and I was literally playing on this court in high school. And like to finish my college career here is a big thing, and I'm happy for my teammates. They push me every day, and like we still got a lot of work to do. We just clinched the 2 seed, and we're still trying to get better.
All right, leg okay?
Huh?
Your leg okay?
Yeah, my leg. I was just cramping up a little bit. I just need to drink some more water.
All right. Well, Adelaide, thank you for your time all season. Great watching you. Best of luck. Work's not done. Job's not done. Good luck in the playoffs.
Appreciate it.
All right, Joe. That'll do it for the TLC post-game interviews for the season. Back over to you at the commentary table.
All right, Nick joined on the floor by Danny the Dolphin for our last shot in front of our TLC Physical Therapy backdrop of the 2023-2024 season. And as Nick said, It has been a pleasure all season long calling games for you here on CSI Sportsnet. But much like the Dolphins, our job is not done this year. We still have plenty more to come in the 2023-2024 athletic season. Obviously, we had CSI Softball make their home debut earlier in the week. I will be on a plane to Florida on Sunday night covering the majority of their games down in Florida. Winter Haven, Auburndale, hosting the spring games. I will be there, hopefully on headset, providing voice for some of those games. At the same time, when I'm in Florida, men's basketball will make their postseason appearance, as will women's basketball. The women will play on Wednesday. They have a first-round game. The men have earned a bye through the first round. They will play on Saturday. They hope to play on Sunday. Be sure to travel to St. Thomas Aquinas and support the Dolphins, as TJ said, and I couldn't have said it better myself. Paint that place blue. We want to see all of the fanatics there supporting the Dolphins in their bid for a conference championship. As for our broadcast team, my name is Joe Foreman. My broadcast partner for much of the season has been Nick Durst, Andrew Rotundo, Nick Bavona also appearing on Sportsnet, as well as Sal Caruso, Tyler Clark, our engineer for much of the year, Antonino Cruciata, doing us a favor, coming in during his busy schedule to help us with engineering throughout the season as well. And each and every home game, not missing a single game, our camera operator, Pat Gilorenzo, we thank him as well. A thank you from all of us here at the College of Staten Island. And that is a wrap for the 2023-2024 men's basketball season here at home anyway. Be sure to tune in on Saturdays. The Dolphins travel to Queens. And tune in next weekend as the Dolphins play in the conference semifinals on Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, everybody. And be sure to join us on Friday for CSI Baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet.